All right, we are live. Greetings, fellow traders. Let me get this tweeted out so everybody can join in here. All right, awesome. Good. Make sure this is coming through okay. Sounds okay. All right, awesome. Good. All right, yeah, so I had to update the broadcaster, so I want to make sure it went through okay. So it sounds like the sound is coming through good. So greetings, fellow traders. I hope everybody had a great trading day today. And here we are. So continuing our discussion on day trading, the ABCs. And today we're going to talk about the H pattern. So it's a short setup. It's a pretty cool one. It's kind of easy. So hopefully you guys like it. This is brought to you by Positive Trends Research. And everything we're going to talk about is for educational purposes only and not investment advice. So please take a moment to review this disclaimer. Awesome. Good. All right. Well, first we're going to check and see where we left off in the markets, and then we're going to go over the topic, and then we'll take questions, and then we'll take a look at futures, and then we'll take a look at, first we'll go to the market, then we'll take a look at futures, then we'll go over the topic, then we'll go over chart requests and questions. So, good stuff. What a start to the week this week. So anyway, here we go. So this is where we're at with the SPX right now. So we can see that we started a brand new month today, so June 1st. So started a brand new month. Last month we took the inside month up and finished pretty strong. We closed above the mid-Bollinger Band, and now we're just kind of chopping around here to start the month off. So was expecting a little bit of flow today. There was some decent moves, but we've got a couple days to see if any volume comes in, and we'll kind of go from there. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. Weekly, pretty impressive stuff, right? We've moved up from the bullish engulfing candle all the way up to the 30 weekly moving average. We got over that last week, and we're kind of chopping around above that inside week so far this week. So we'll see where we go. Open gap above. And we'll see if that can continue to hold. Daily chart, looking pretty interesting right here. Now here's kind of the big deal, right, which is happening. So we're over the upward trend line, so trend is up. We've defended the 200-day moving average and stayed above it, so that's good. We're over the 8, the 21, and a rising 50 moving average, so pretty bullish, right? And bullish still proven otherwise over the trend line. The only issue that we have right now is we're kind of coming into the drop zone, right? So we have this drop, your kind of base drop area, right? So we have this this resistance zone right here, which we're kind of working our way through. So really it's going to be key to get above this 3136, 3137 level, right? So we're going to see if we can get above that. But right now we're just kind of in a little bit of a caution zone right here, but we are still bullish. So we're going to lean to the bullish side. We just got to watch out for potential resistance. And that's where we're at. So let's take a look at the price action here today and see how that's behaved. So today was interesting. So today was kind of like a grind to the upside. A little bit tricky, right? So we gapped down a little bit. We had a little bit of a down move at the open, but they held it with a nice hammer right here. And then just kind of ground its way up a little bit. Bull flag right here to the 80MA, and then just slow grind up today. A little bit difficult, but it still worked its way up. And then some sideways choppy action into the close. This is a look at the levels that we provide to our members before each market open. So you can see here, we held this daily pivot level nicely here, inside 5 up this morning, worked our way up, came back to the prior day's open, held the 15 orb low, nice hammer off of the 15 orb high, and then worked our way up here, double inside 15, failed to break to the downside, then worked its way back up. Got almost to the R1 level, then we chopped around this S3 level. That was the level that was tested here. And then, of course, let's take a look at the futures and see where we're at this evening. So this evening, we're down about 12 points, which is not a huge deal, right? But it's down because it's a little bit interesting, right? So the tensions, like riot tensions and things like that, and the president spoke this evening about potentially mobilizing the military to combat riots, and it's like, oh my goodness. So I mean, probably bullish, right? So we'll see how it ends up. But right now, it's left sort of like a dark shadow over the evening. But pretty cool stuff. This is, as you guys know, if you guys tuned in recently, we looked at the harmonics, right? We did a harmonic, a whole series on harmonics. And, we like pointing these out in our group during the live streams during the day. And it's really cool stuff, and intraday in the Twitter stream. And so pretty neat. We had a bit of a butterfly formation here into today from last night's, from the pre-market levels, right? We had a drop down, right? We came back up, okay? Came back down again with a higher low, right? And then we did our projection here for the butterfly, which is about a 1.68 from this retracement. This is 0.786. So it's pretty close to a butterfly pattern. It wasn't a perfect area, but this level ended up being great, and it also came into a major resistance zone. And it gave an initial move down, which is nice, right? It came back up again, but what I really like is the follow-through that we got after hours on that. So it's nice to see these things play out. So that's what we're seeing here with the futures here this evening. And in fact, we're putting in a little bit of an H pattern right here. So let's talk about that. So let's talk about the topic here. So again, we're continuing our conversation on day trading the ABCs, and today we're going to talk about the H pattern. Now it's a short pattern, and the cool thing about it is the pattern looks like an H, right? A lowercase h. It's going to look like this. So the idea is, I'm just going to kind of show you here on this. You drop down. You have a fast drop down that forms essentially your the long bar here of the H pattern, and then it comes up a little bit. And so we want to look for a short pattern in this range right here. So we want to look for some sort of setup where we can look to at least try to form the H, and sometimes you get follow through to the downside on that. So let's take a look. So this H pattern, right, and then real quick, what we can use our Fibonacci's on how big the retracement can be. So I like to see either a 0.382 retrace, so a small H pattern, a 50% retrace, which gets you halfway through, and then anything over a 0.618, you're looking at other type of patterns, right? But a lot of times we can see that here off of a sharp move down, a quick rise up, and then a move down. Okay, so we can actually see that happening right here, right now, live with the S&P futures. So you can see here we got a nice big drop down here. Okay, so you get this. I'm gonna remove this Fibonacci right now because I'm done tracking that harmonic. And then we move our Fibonacci here to the top of this, right? And you can see we got pretty close to the 50% retrace. Okay, so here between 50 and 61.8. So right now we're in this kind of curling pattern right here. The first was actually at the 0.382. We had a nice doji reversal to the downside here this evening. So that was kind of the first pattern. But it looks like it's forming a more macro one right now. And we got a lot of clusters right here. But I like all the upper shadows. And we'll see if that gets any follow through and maybe tests the low of the night here on this H pattern. So good stuff there. You can see this pretty much anywhere. We've seen this on SPY. Okay, if we get a drop down, we look for that H pattern. Right, you kind of see here a sideways H pattern right here. We had a drop, right, a retrace here. Right, we got about the 0.618 right here between the 50 and the 618. Couple upper shadows, nice shooting star opportunity, and that worked its way down. So anytime you see these sharp drops, you look for that H pattern. And here you had a mini one, right? So here's your down move right here, and this will probably be closer to the 0.382. And it is exactly at the 0.382. So this is a nice one. Sharp down move, retracement, doji, right? And then a sharp reversal candle off of that, and then an inside candle, which brought you down a little bit more on that. So a nice H pattern. Here is another one. Sharp move down. Okay, do your retrace. This one went to the 0.618. Any higher than that, right, we'll probably look for a harmonic type pattern. But lots of upper shadows right here. Gave you a strong reversal candle right here, and then that worked its way down. So pretty cool stuff. You see this on SPY fairly frequently, so that's nice, especially with those sharp moves down. Another look right here. Let's make sure this is all coming through okay. Another look right here. You just kind of take a look at a couple of those. Look at SHOP, right? Anything that's been bearish recently, where these sharp moves down. So you had this here too on SHOP. Once it hit our harmonic level here at this 844 that day, so you could actually look. You could see this move down. Okay, once that move stopped and it started to reverse up, right? You get that nice H pattern right here. A little bit below the 0.382, a couple inside candles, and that brought you down for a kind of a really lowercase h right there. That ended up working its way down below those levels into the end of the day. We saw another one here. Sharp move down at the open. Okay, look at that, 0.382 right here with a shooting star. See ya, got right down here. Look at that, another nice inside 5 down right there for a little follow through on the H pattern on Shopify. I think Twitter did one the other day too. I mean, you'll see these all over the place. Now, when will we look at these? When is it going to be an H pattern? When is it going to be a reversal? That's really the key, right? You really need to look. We really need to look and see, right, what the what the context is, right? So you can see here with Twitter, we're in the context of a big downtrend right now. So on Friday, we can see here on Twitter we had a sharp move down. This is probably gonna be really, really close to a 0.618. So it's So right here, sharp move down, retrace right here, and look at that, all those red candles, lots of upper shadows right there, and then boom for a quick move down. And even this one had, in the context of itself, had its own H pattern on that move down. So sharp move down, up to the 618, and then down again. So you'll see this all over the place. But again, you want to be in the context of a larger downtrend. Even here, you can see how we had this channel down. So we're looking for those type of short setups as we roll along and look for those great day trades. So it's a really cool tool. So look for that in your trading, and hopefully you guys find it helpful. And at this point, if anybody has any questions or chart requests, please feel free to plug those in the chat window, and we'll get through as many as we can and try to wrap up as early as possible so we can all get a good night's sleep and have another awesome trading day tomorrow. So good stuff. All right, so we had a few sent in here. So Aloha sent a few in via Twitter. So let me get those pulled up here real quick. 1 second. Let's go to the daily chart and take a look. So we've got APPS. Okay, yeah, so APPS, I know you've been tracking this one for a little bit here, so I like the cup, I like the handle, I like how it's trying to break out right here. I just got to watch out for earnings, right? So tomorrow after the market's the only thing kind of that could possibly switch things up. But I like how it's trying to do a cup and handle breakout here, so that's looking interesting. But always be careful with earnings. QCOM. Double inside day within a tight range. So very, very interesting stuff here. Again, at this point, let's see if we break out one way or the other. Right? See if we can get some strength out here. Watch out, you got X dividend coming up too. But I love the double inside day, so let's see how that handles that. Good stuff. Shirley sent a few here via email. Let's take a look at Tesla. So Tesla is pretty awesome here. Today, right, we were, some of our members, we talked about getting lottos. Some of our members did really well with lottos over the weekend on this. It was basically based on the concept that the SpaceX would launch, right, and there would be some hype, and Tesla would, ride that wave up on it. So, and Tesla did, and so, it got that gap up, and then it got a gap and go, got over these levels right here, and gave a beautiful move to the upside. So now I would just be a little bit careful. We caution members at the end of the day. It is a big candle. It was a nice move. There's no real reason for it except for SpaceX going. So you have to watch. We might see some consolidation into tomorrow. We're down about 10 points, 10 or 12 points after hours. It doesn't necessarily mean much for Tesla here, but just be careful with it. But then see if we can break above this high tomorrow. If we get over 900 tomorrow, we may see a push up and start seeing these 940 type levels on Tesla because it's Tesla. Okta. So lots of strength in the software sector today. So Octo was a good one. We saw ZS was a strong one today. Work was strong today. CRWD got an upgrade today for a nice move. So a lot of these kind of software sector names, cloud names, were strong today. So not a huge amount of volume, but it was a good breakout candle here. And look at that, brand new highs on Okta. So amazing, $200 stock. Impressive stuff. And then Zoom. Talk about Zoom, guys. Earnings coming tomorrow after hours, but what a gap and go on Zoom today. This is one of those just fabulous ones here at the open. Zoom, if you track it at the open, and we talked about it before, look at that real tight triangle into the open, then boom, explosive move, got through all those pre-market levels right there, and just continued up really nicely. The majority, they barely even hit the ADMA until later in the afternoon, where it just kind of chopped around and drifted sideways. But it's up more after hours too. So just an incredible move on Zoom pre-earnings. So talk about an epic earnings run here off of that bounce off the 50-day, and I know you guys mentioned it here too. So very impressive stuff. FireEye. Doing pretty good, guys. It's plowing its way up. We like this one. If you guys have been tracking my free videos, I talked about a potential swing on this one about a week ago, and around this day right here, and it really is working its way up. It got up to the cloud on Friday and got some great follow through the upside on this one. Now it's got an open gap above to contend with. Some nice work on FireEye, and then Neo. Pretty strong right here. Still holding well after earnings. Still have no idea if they actually manufacture cars, but it's working its way up here. So just be careful with it as a swing. This thing can get a little bit wild here, but I do like that it got above this major geometric line right here. So nice job there, and a good move on volume today. So good stuff. Really appreciate it, Shirley. ZEK, thanks for tuning in. FSLY, let's take a look. So fast, yeah, I know you've been looking at this one for a while, just kind of continuing to work its way. I love how it's been holding that ADMA here. I love that hammer off of it, and just continue to get some movement to the upside on that. So see if that can continue for you. Domo arigato. So double inside day up today, just fabulous move right there, and a great push above this pivot level with some strong volume today. So great, love it. And CDLX. Decent move right here. Still hasn't really quite closed about these levels. Found a little resistance right here as it got out of the cloud. So just see if we can push over these highs and maybe work a little bit harder on filling that gap. But so far so good. And then ZS, this is epic today. Just epic, right? The options went from today we were looking at like what $4 to like $13 today, just off of this high. We talked about this last night. We're like, okay, gapped up. If it can hold the 50% range, good. If it can break over this highs, you can usually get a momentum move above that, and it sure did. Look at that. So just once it cleared these highs at the open, it cleared all these pre-market and aftermarket levels, gave a huge move up, pulled back to the 80 MA, and just rode that 80 MA up all day today. Just an incredible move on that one. So great stuff. Good. ZEK, appreciate it. Bearzod, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, let's take a look at Apple. All right, so Apple today, a little bit of low volume today. Had a great move at the open. We pointed this out live on the live stream this morning. Had a great move for members here going up, and then I really like this this really tight bull flag down to the 80 MA, inside 15 up. Just got a little bit of a grind, and then once it kind of broke through its 60 anchor levels, just really gave a great move up there today. So nice move on Apple, and you can see here on the daily chart. It held the 80 MA up, and it's really trying to approach this geometric level right here. Let's see if we can break out above that with some volume to get to all-time highs for Apple. But the futures aren't helping right now, but we'll see where we are in the morning. Facebook did good too. It pushed down, had a doji. Didn't quite doji sandwich down, held the this mid-upward trend line right here and gave a good push up. Couldn't quite get the volume, but it was very similar setup to Apple today. Big move at the open, pull back to the 80 MA, and then worked its way up. Beautiful stuff. Baba. Okay, so finished down about 82 cents today. Again, just got to be careful with these. We talked about this as potential inside day. So see if we can take that inside day up tomorrow, right? If not, just be careful with the with some of the Chinese names. BA. It tried today. This one gave an epic move at the open as well. We had a lot of strength at the open and some of our specific go-to list names. This was just great. I really love the initial move here. Once it cleared all the pre-market levels, really got a nice move up there, and then it consolidated. Now this one did not continue. It did not continue, but it had a great open today. So that was a good one. It didn't drift much higher, but it had such a huge extension here at the open. So that was looking good. And then AMD, lots of chop, right? So the whole day ended up forming a triangle pattern here. So you can see we drew that in there already today. Decent move, right? So the 50s moving up right here. We had a up move, a pause, sandwiched here between the 8 and the 21. And let's see if it can kind of work its way up here. It's a little bit complex because we're kind of in the context of maybe trying to do a downtrend. But let's see if we can get some strength and get above those levels and possibly retest this geo line up here. So good stuff. Yeah, my pleasure. Thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. DA, what's going on? Yeah, thank you. Thomas, what's happening? Net, let's take a look. NET. Yep. So Cloudflare, nice move up there today. I like it. So good stuff on a lot of these kind of software cloud names. So I like that. The low volume is a little bit tricky to see if it'll get follow through, but I do like the upside movement today. And then Square getting real tight right here. I like how it took the inside day up, and some decent volume here came in. So it's still kind of riding this 80 MA up here the whole way. So looking pretty good. I like it. Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you. Royal, what's going on? I hope you had a great day too. T-Doc, let's take a look. T-Doc. So spinning top here today, holding the 50-day moving average. Let's see if we can work over these highs and try to continue its way up. So again, been pretty popular here with the Corona type stuff. So let's see if it'll continue to ride its way up here. I like how the 80 MA is curling its way up there. LVGO. Decent move, right? It failed to take the inside day down and came back in the range. It's holding the 80 MA, so let's see if that continues to work its way up. And DPZ. DPZ. So, so pretty decent move here today. It finally got above this geo line. I like the volume on Friday. And it got some nice follow through today, but it just couldn't hold. It left it with an upper shadow here, so just be careful with that. But I do like the momentum follow through that it got off of this big candle. We were waiting for that one on Friday, so nice job there on the follow through. Michael, I know, seriously, ZS, just incredible today. Just what a move from yesterday off of that yesterday's high. Just amazing. Amazing move. Love it. Dazzling Sensation, what's going on? Yeah, let's take a look at AMZN. Amazonius. Okay, so looking pretty good right here. It started to do a downtrend right here. It broke down below this trend box, gave it a little bit of a move down, some momentum, right? Then it gave you the lower shadow here off these key levels, and then broke out of this downward trend line and starting to work its way up. So we got a nice momentum move today out of the trend box level. Right, so that we saw some nice momentum here this morning once we got through the pre-market highs. Then it just kind of chopped around for the rest of the day, but a lot of strength at the open here this morning. So good. CMG. This thing's almost as expensive as Amazon. They're delivering some burritos. So anyway, big move up right there. Good volume. It's back above the upward trend line and above the fib fan line. So let's see if that continue to get some movement to the upside there. LVS. Casino's looking to open this week. This one couldn't get as much strength as MGM and Win today, but it did get a couple little moves up here. Try to work on maybe like a head and shoulders pattern. Might be drifting down here a little bit after hours, so just be careful with that one. But keep an eye on Win and MGM. Those have been pretty good. BKNG. Yeah, it's had some interesting flow today, so I do like how it's holding the ADMA right here. It had a gap up, filled that gap, so it's continuing to basically hold those levels. Look for if it can get a move over today's highs. And then EGHT. A little slow data here today. Yeah, just never really got any follow through off of these high volume candles right here. It does still look like it's working on kind of like an H pattern right here, right? Also in the context of a bear flag. So let's see if it can hold that. See if it hold these geo levels right here. If it breaks down, we might see some more downside, possibly a test of that 12 level there too. Good. Yeah, great stuff. Really appreciate it. DA, yeah, Twitter. Let's take a look. Twitter. So interesting, right? So lots of conflict out there over the social media stuff, but it held in there pretty well, and it gave a decent candle today. Low volume pullback today, so just be careful if it breaks. You see, I've got alert here. If it breaks down below these lows, we might see a move back down to the cloud. AXP. Let's see. I don't know why data is taking so long here tonight, but yeah, AXP, good move today. I like how it bounced off the 8MA this morning, so a nice reversal there off of those lows. Good hammer and a move to the upside on that one. So great stuff. Great find on that one. Boeing, yep, very nice day on Boeing. Beautiful morning this morning, so that was good. As it's continuing to defend the cloud. Viacom. A little bit slow on the data coming through in Thinkorswim. I'm not sure why. Yeah, held the 8MA today and gave a nice bounce there, so it's continuing to be to show strength. LMNL. Inside day, I like it. I like how it held the, tried to hold the 200 day. It closed basically completely break even. So let's see if it can get above this inside day high to get some more strength to the upside. Beyond. Tried to show some strength this morning. I do like the candle today. Gave a little bit of a push, but it gave some very complex price action today. They're up. They gapped up on their China news, but basically it was all of this first candle that it kind of stayed within this 15-orb range for the majority of the day, so it made it really tough to trade. But still a bullish candle right there. So let's see if we still get out of that prior range. And then work. Beautiful move today. Again, guys, the software stuff. Work finally broke out of that consolidation, really got moving. Friday's big volume was a nice indication that we got volume earnings coming up this week. BJ's. Let's see if what we could see here. Oh my gosh, it looks just like work. Okay, is this really the BJ's one? Okay. Doesn't this look exactly like work? It looks exactly like work. I mean, not as much lines on it, but I was like, oh, it was just like a clear chart of work. Okay, neat. All right, so see if there's a correlation between those two. But let's see if we get that chart pulled up again if this data comes through. Really, really slow in getting the data here from Thinkorswim. I've got another instance of this up on another screen, so let me close that out there. Maybe that'll help it come through a little bit. Waiting for data. This happens rarely on our live streams, but occasionally Thinkorswim will slow down a little bit for us. Give it a second here. It's been rare. We haven't seen this in months. Wonder if it's the upgrade. I don't think so. I don't think it would be the upgrade to the streaming software. Maybe it's because the futures are actually pushing down. It doesn't like to show like stuff going down. We've seen that happen before too. Give me 1 second, guys. Let me see if let me diagnose this real quick. Internet's hanging in. I mean, the internet speed's pretty good here, so don't really have any issues. Download, upload is fine, so it should be okay. I think we're just seeing some data issues here with Thinkorswim. So let's see if let's give it another minute here, see if that comes through. If not, I might just have to talk about this stuff because usually, typically, if I try to pull up for whatever reason, if I try to pull up like TradingView, for some reason it doesn't come through on the streamer. So let's take a look here. I'll pull it up in the background here just in case. Give me 1 second, guys. Do 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 do. Yep, still having some slow data here tonight. Interesting. Very rare. Let me see if I can get TradingView to come through, and then let me know if you guys see it. You know, it must have pulled up work on that last one too. That looks a lot like work. Yeah, it's a little similar but different. Yeah. So let me see if I can get this pulled up here for you guys. Give me 1 second. I'm getting data coming through on TradingView. Let's see if it comes through. Let me know if you guys can see it. 1 second. Let's see if I can remove this right here and expand this. Can you guys see the TradingView okay? Yeah, I know you meant BJ. Yeah, exactly. Can you guys see the TradingView okay? Looks like it's popping up now. All right. So we look at some more charts. All right, good stuff. So too bad. I love you doing the Thinkorswim here. I'm not super proficient at TradingView, but we'll use it to look at some candles and see if we can track anything. Yeah. So BJ with a cup and handle. Let's take a look here. Cup and handle on the daily. Near maybe a different time frame. Let's take a look and see how it's looking here on your 15-minute. Yeah, well, I probably wouldn't call it a cup and handle here, but it's definitely looking like it's doing an inverse H setup, right? So you have a move up here, start to see a strong move up here. Let's see if we can get over these levels and make a move to the upside for you. Okay, good. And then Google. Let's take a look at Google. Okay, so Google, we've been seeing a lot of bearish put activity on this, but as far as we can tell here, it is still holding trend, right? So bullish until proven otherwise on Google. Good stuff. All right, Dazzling Sensation, what's going on? It's kind of weird, like looking at a screen here with an all white background. I'm like, it's like so bright in here. Brandon, what's going on? DA, oh, you added shop, couldn't break resistance on the trend line. Yeah, so shop here. Sorry guys, let me get this pulled over here real quick so I can see what you guys are doing and make sure it's coming through okay. Yeah, so shop couldn't break resistance under the trend line. Yep, so that's basically what we're seeing right now. So you can see here, high, low. Okay, so that looks pretty good. Yeah, so it broke down below the trend line. You got to move down here, but it still couldn't hold. So we're basically in a trend box right here, and it's still hanging on, right? So, but what's really cool about it is we have a double inside day on it. Which is pretty rare for shop, so let's see which way it breaks. Right, this is definitely forming a key level right here, right? And it's actually in a prior key level zone, so we're in a major area right here. If I get a Let's see if I can find like a box type tool. How many boxes on here? Sorry, I really don't use it very much. Trend. Can you do like a little box right here? Shapes. Yeah, rectangle. There we go. So you can see here we had this inside day here prior, right? So we're basically in this range right here. So again, the double inside day. Let's see if we can get a break out of that range one way or another, and see if we get some see which way it wants to go. Good stuff. Brandon, what's going on? Good evening. Yeah, I hope everybody's staying safe. I know it's everybody's probably we're on curfew tonight at like 6 o'clock, so it's like it's nice and quiet outside tonight, which is nice. But anyway, so we'll take a look. So low. Let's take a look. Low with a double inside day as well. Woo! Yeah, there it is. So right at these highs right here. So again, it's still holding trend here to here. Right, it actually looks like a nice channel working its way up. So just see how it goes. Right, that double inside day could be interesting. It's been very, very bullish recently. Let's see if it can work its way up to still, but it might come back, test your trend line, and try to go up from there. Good stuff. And then MU, the triple inside day. My goodness, no kidding. Yeah, you nailed it right there. I mean, this thing is just range bound, right? Just hugely range bound in this area, right? But this triple inside day could give you a breakout one way or another. It tried to move today, but it really couldn't, right? If you go to the 15-minute chart, it gave one opportunity. Where are we? Yeah, one opportunity to try to get a little bit of volume in here for a move up. See that volume candle right there? Tried to move, and it just couldn't do it, right? And then kind of pulled back down. So, yeah, so MU, let's see how it does tomorrow. The triple inside day is very, very interesting. Baggish, good evening. Thanks for tuning in. AAXN. Let's take a look. AAXN. Yeah, great candle today. Great volume. Wow. Big move right up here. You know, definitely. Let's take a look. Let's pull up this chart right here. Great volume here. So, you know, pulled its way up. Yeah, actually looking pretty interesting right here. If we can get a channel. Let's see if we can do a channel on this somewhere. I don't want a fib channel. Parallel channel, there we go. So here, it's opening up weird things. I don't want weird things to open. I don't want to zoom out. Why is it popping? Okay, weird. Anyway, so we're basically opening up this channel right here, right? So we're kind of in this range. So it's looking pretty good. I like the volume. Let's see if it can work its way to the top of the channel there. Good. And what else? BGS. TradingView does make pretty charts, though. BGS, yeah, so that's working its way up as well. Definitely a... you can also see a channel type pattern forming here as well. Okay, so decent volume came in here today. Green candle, see if it can kind of work its way up a little bit there. Again, a little bit of a tricky one, but it is appears bullish until proven otherwise. AZN. I meant to look at this one at the close today. So this one, I love the inside day. Keep an eye on this one tomorrow. This has had a huge amount of option flow call activity in it. So it's definitely one you want to keep an eye on. Let's see. Let's just kind of go like this. Definitely one you want to keep an eye on right here. So inside day, see if that breaks to the upside and give a move. It seems like it's waiting on some sort of news with all that activity. And then DPZ. I love the DPZ, guys. I really do. It was a great geometric breakout on Friday with increased volume. And on DPZ is where we're looking at, right? So you have this nice cup and handle pattern. Can you draw just like little curves on this? Hold on one second. I don't know how to do the curves on it. Let's see if I just want to make like a... it draws pictures. If I want to make little curvy things. That's cool. They added the anchored VWAP on here, by the way. That's kind of cool if I want to put an anchored VWAP there. That's neat. Okay, but let's see. Okay, if I want to do like a curve here. Yeah, so let's see how that works. Here. I have to figure out how... Okay, cool. Yep, there you go. So there's your cup, right? And then your handle. Sorry, guys. Okay, and just go like that. There you go. Yeah, so you have your cup and your handle pattern right here. So I love that breakout candle right there, and it gave that nice move. That's kind of cool little tool. That's a neat little trading software. I like it. So good, yeah. So gave a move up there. I don't like the upper shadow, right? So be careful with that. But see if we can get maybe consolidate back above this geo line and start to work its way up. Jeff, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah. So beyond. Yep. So Beyond also had was kind of in the context of this little cup and handle pattern going right here. It broke out to the upside with some big volume, right? Now it's trying to work its way up again. So just be careful with this. Okay, that's pretty cool. That's where the arc was, and this is where the channel was. So just be careful right here, right? So you got this geometric level right here and this right here. So we're kind of in the context of this. So let's see if we can break out above this this geometric line. Otherwise, be careful of the gap below. So good stuff. And then Roku. All right, so Roku, a bit of a doji sandwich up today. It's holding its 50-day moving average. I know you guys can't see it here, but we've been tracking it a little bit right there. So let's see how it goes. Right, it could be working on kind of a crazy bear flag, but it's a little bit big. So if anything, maybe we're starting the bottom of a channel right here. Let's see if we can continue to work its way back up. It needs a little more volume. It had some decent volume today, green candle, but let's see if we can continue to try. Good. J-Moss, what's going on? I love the butterfly. Awesome. Good evening. Yeah, so Beyond, again, same thing there. So we're looking to see if we can break out of this channel to the upside. But I do like the gap up today, and the volume today was nice, and the news was good. And then Tesla. Yeah, so Tesla today looking really cool, right? So I love how it got above these levels, right? We've been tracking this geometric line right here, and we gapped above that today. So that's looking good. You could also look at here as a sideways pattern here. It did get over that level, so that was nice. That gave you your gap and go. And your next level up is going to be, this is kind of your main level here, potential target. But you also had a breakdown level right here. So watch that too as potential resistance. So we're going to keep an eye on it, see if it consolidates for a day. But if it breaks over these highs and it can get over this, basically this 911, 910 level right here, we can see if it works its way back up to the 950s. So good stuff. And then SPCE, that's another one some of our members took here as a potential swing for the Tesla line. They did good. They capitalized on that and took profit here at the open today. So it got a little bit of a gap up. Again, you got to be careful with this, the SPCE, because it's really, they don't really do anything. It does get traded though, but it's got a big triangle right here. So see if we can break out one way or the other. So good. And INVE. Identive, interesting. Yeah, a little bit of a kind of a cheapo one right there. I like the inside day. It's a decent volume the prior day, so some decent volume here today. So see if that can get over the inside day high. And then QQQ. Yeah, so the Qs have been bullish. I mean, really, they've been kind of. Why is it doing this? Okay, that's pretty cool. I can do that. All right, so yeah, so recent high right here. So it's holding its trend really well. Some might look at it as a potential rising wedge, but it's bullish. It's getting really close to all-time highs, right? And we're seeing some nice moves on it. So as long as it holds trend, right, we stay bullish on it and look for those setups on it. AMD looking pretty interesting right here. It's really kind of a tight range right here. We're stalking it, seeing how it holds. I mean, it's kind of in the middle of the range right here. I like Friday's candles. It tried to break above it, couldn't do it today. It chopped around a lot, gave you a triangle day today. So look to see if that triangle could break out tomorrow. Not this big triangle, yet the intraday triangle. So good stuff. Michael, what's going on? RGR. There you go. Yeah, I guess this makes sense. Yeah, I'd say you always find the good ones. So, I mean, yeah, of course, Ruger. Why not? Right? So you got lots of riots going on. People want to go buy guns to protect themselves. So there you go. Big gap up today on RGR. ZNGA. Zynga. Huge move on Friday. Right? Didn't consolidate at all. Gapped above it and gave you a gap and go type pattern today. Let's take a look at the, not the 15 second. No, I don't want 15 seconds. 15 minutes. Okay, so yeah, so big gap up today. Stayed within its 15-order range for most of the day, then finally got really tight, kind of like Apple did, and then gave you a little breakout at the upside, then pulled back at the end of the day. But it gave you a little bit of a trade there. But nice move off the gap up. Hey, what's going on? AAI. Yeah, let's take a look at Square again. Yeah, so Square looking pretty interesting right here. It's the 15-minute chart. Let's go back to the daily. So daily, pretty decent, good volume here today. It might be working on a little bit of a flag type pattern. Right, a little flaggish right here. Let's see if we get some volume, break out of these levels right here, and then try to get over those pivot levels prior. And then Baba. Inside day today. This one's tricky, guys. This one is tricky. Okay, so it's kind of at the bottom of this range. See if that inside day breaks its way up. Maybe we can work and kind of fill that gap there. Tracy, what's going on? Good evening. mRNA. Interesting, right? So I would just kind of just go with a standard trend line on this. Here, low, there. Breakout candle, confirmation candle. So look for a doji sandwich on this one. See if it can work its way up and push above today's open, right? With this kind of like a stop consideration at the lows, and see if that can work its way up from there. It's got a little open gap going on above. So nice stuff there. CAR. Yeah, doing pretty good right here. It's again kind of working its way up through the here, and here. It's kind of right halfway through that channel right there. So see if we break above these highs and kind of make a move up. If it worked its way to the top of the channel, it would fill this gap. Good stuff. And then TGT. Yeah, TGT got hit a little bit hard here. I love the candle on Friday. It was looking really nice. And then it gapped down today on basically people smashing in their store and having to close down stores because of it. So that was kind of a bummer. But it's hanging in there. Definitely working its way up here. So higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. So see if we can break out that inside day to the upside there on target. Might just be a temporary pullback on it, hopefully. Awesome, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you. Joseph, what's going on? Good to see you, man. SEDG, Solar Edge. Wow, big move today. If you remember from the open, right? Those the solar sector was really strong today, right? So this is one of three sectors that were strong this morning, right? We had the airlines, we had the aerospace, right? That's Boeing, and then the TAN sector, right? The solar sector that was really strong today too. So beautiful move there. Let's see if that gets some follow through to the upside. It is approaching it is trying to get out of the top of this channel right here. So just be careful with that. But a beautiful move today. Love it. And then BLK. BLK looking okay. Yeah, BlackRock. This one can be fun to trade. Sometimes it gives you some nice setups on it. A little bit of an upper shadow here today. Kind of working its way up. Slowly. Watch the upper shadow right here. Low volume. So yeah, so just be careful with this one. See if it gives you any other chart patterns going on right here. It kind of normally says it's trying to work on a Morningstar reversal, but it's still in the context of an uptrend. So if it pulls back, you've got a couple support levels right here. I like how the bottom of the channel is corresponding with these guys. If not, then it could continue to push its way up, try to get over these sides right here, and try to work on that gap. So good stuff. Jay, what's going on? Good to see you. Ankit, yeah, good evening. Thoughts on Roku? Yeah, so Roku looking interesting. Held its 50-day, right? A little bit of a doji sandwich up here, so let's see if we try to push above today's highs. Facebook, loved it. I mean, I really loved the move right here. It failed to break down, right? Held this, doji day and pushed its way up here. I wish it had more volume today, but it definitely is still looking strong up there. Disney had some decent strength intraday today. Couldn't get any real follow through on it, so just always want to be cautious of this one. It does like to chop around. JP Morgan, we were looking for some continued weakness. It couldn't deliver, and so it's basically just kind of range bound down here. So kind of at the top of the range. So see how that holds right there. It might try to work its way down a little bit. Got an open gap below on that one. OVV. Yeah, slowly working its way up here. Bullish, still proving otherwise, right? So it's doing pretty well, holding its trend line. SPT. Decent move there. Just watch the upper shadow. Yeah, Sprout Social, interesting. Yeah, just watch the upper shadow there. I do like the follow through from Friday's candle. And then KC. Okay, yeah. Is this which one is this? Is this is this Futures KC? Or is this like a new? This is not Pete Coffee, is it? Anyway, interesting. I like the gap up today. See if we can get some continued follow through on it. Good stuff. Love it. Clubs, what's going on? AMT. American Tower. Yeah, great follow through, guys. Inside day on Friday and got nice follow through to the upside today. So I like it. See if we can continue to work its way up. Watch the upper shadow. Other than that, definitely showing some bullishness right there. JXBI. Nice hammer. Didn't really get a lot of follow through that on the biotech here. See if it can try to work its way up a bit. AODC. A little bit all over the place on that one. Pins. Decent follow through on this one too. So these guys, pins and where are we today? June. Okay, we start here. Yeah, a lot of these non-Facebook Twitter names, they had a big pullback. Like Snap had a pullback today, but they bought the dip on these pretty nicely here intraday. And but yeah, still kind of holding in there, grinding its way up. Just watch the low volume on it. Yeah, DA. I knew that's what you meant. Yeah. So we pulled up BJ on that one. So just a another quick look at that here. So just it looks like it's flagging. So see how that holds. Good, Anki, good. Thank you, Jay. Yeah, no info for BJ. Sorry, exactly. Bagish, good. Brandon, good. Joseph, good. Yeah, DA, good. Les, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Clubs AMT, we got that one. DA, yeah, my pleasure. Thank you. Les, yeah, Apple. So Apple's looking pretty interesting. We looked at this a little bit earlier here. So we have this. Right, we got the there's all-time highs right here. Forms a geo line right there, right off of this guy right here. So Apple tried today, right? It gave a decent move, right? Not a lot of volume, but it's trying. It's trying to get over this geo. If it can get over this geo level, I think it's probably gonna, tag an all-time high. So we're keeping an eye on it. Sneak, what's going on? Sneak. Hope you're doing well. ZS, yeah, huge move today, guys. I mean, we talked about it yesterday. We love these big gap up moves, right? It was a gap and go on Friday, and once it cleared yesterday's highs, it just gave an incredible move up today. I don't have the moving averages up on here, but just a great move up, sideways action today, but a little bit held that ADMA and then just continued to work its way up. Just a beautiful, beautiful day today. Good to see you, man. Thanks for tuning in. Bagish, Chegg, hanging in there. A couple upper shadows, nothing too compelling on it. UNH, recent all-time highs. Decent hammer right there, low volume, so it might be gearing up for another move. It does look like it's trying to work on maybe like a. Let's see if we try this, guys. So we can do that there. This is fun. Possible head and shoulders pattern, inverse head and shoulders pattern right here, or yeah, inverse head and shoulders pattern. So let's see if we can get a strong candle and see if UNH is ready to take it to the next level. Good stuff. Carl, what's going on? Thanks for tuning in. Gold. Yeah, there was some intraday strength on some of the miners and stuff today. A little bit of a doji there, but generally trying to work its way up. What else did I meant? What else we got? Sorry. Gold AMAT. A bit of a doji there too, just be careful with that one. GWW. Some really tight ranges, right? A little upper shadow on this one. If this does break down to the downside, you've got this open gap below right here. URI. Decent consolidation, possible flag. So see if that can give you a breakout candle. Sorry, this thing keeps jumping around. Square. Again, maybe kind of flagging a little bit here. Could be interesting. And then LMT. I like it. I like the pullback. Had a great candle last week. Right? Back on Wednesday. Right? And so really didn't get much follow through that. Found a little resistance right here. So, kind of a major levels right here that it's contending with. Right, but I like the the 2-day pullback. See if this can give you one more day. See if it breaks out above this inside day high. It takes some work, but it could possibly. I tried to do it this morning, but I couldn't quite do it. I was looking at the aerospace stuff and seeing if any of these other guys can move along with it, but not so much. Joseph, yeah, my pleasure. Michael Lit. Yeah, it probably will move with Tesla. Yeah, good stuff. I like it. So yeah, nice move today too. Great stuff and cheaper. I like it. And definitely less crazy to manage for sure. Jay, yeah, my pleasure. Les, yeah, my pleasure. David, what's going on? How many equities ETFs have you missed? I don't know. I think we did like 50 or so. But you can always go back to the recording and check them out. Les, yeah, when? Yeah, had some decent strength intraday today. This definitely was on our intraday radar today. Had some good moves. Decent move. I love the pullback stay. Gave a couple nice bounces on the intraday basis. And if you go back to the daily, it's getting tight. Getting tight. A bit of a range bound right here. So see if we can break out of this. Try to work its way back up again. They're planning on opening up. Tracy, it's all good. The Nest, BJ, yeah. So BJ, we looked at a couple times there, right? So you can see working on a little bit of a flag pattern right there. CDLX, decent candle day. Watch the upper shadow on that one. DSS, upper shadow there too. TSN, little chicken. Okay, move up off of the red hammer, and Etsy. Etsy just doesn't like to play along with the rest of its friends right there. So just a big upper shadow on that one. In fact, we're going to put that one on the bearish radar for tomorrow. Give me 1 second. Tomorrow is Tuesday. One second, guys. Etsy. All right, good stuff. Yeah, hold on, put GDX on there. Okay, good. David, yeah, awesome. Oh, you were just telling him what we looked at. Gotcha. Club USO, yeah, USO. Let's take a look. See how oil's looking here. Yeah, it gave a little bit of a move today. Oil had some strength in the morning. It was okay, right? So it's basically just holding like kind of a mini trend right here. It's doing okay, right? On the intraday, had a little bit of movement. Sometimes it does give us a move though. Things all over the place. Good. Bagesh, yeah, my pleasure. Lulu, let's take a look, David. I know this thing's just been relentless. Every time I look at it, is it still going up? So it's starting to get kind of parabolic here. A bit of a parabolic pattern, right? So see how that holds, right? Lulu's, it's a good company and all that stuff, but it's starting to get a little bit kind of like, we'll see, right? See how it goes into earnings right here, but it's hanging in there. So bullish still proven otherwise. Good. Tracy, yeah, RCL, yeah. So the cruise lines, yeah, cruise lines are strong today. Like RCL, decent move right there. I like how it's working its way out of this area right here. It's kind of trying to get into that gap, right? This is fun here with the trying to get into that gap there. So see if that can work its way in. CCL, I think, had a strong day today on the intraday. Right here, beautiful move at the open, right, strong move, and really kind of held its way up today. So see if that gets any follow through for you to get into that gap. Still working on resizing this thing. Okay. So yeah, so RCL, see if you can get to that gap for you. Good. Michael, yeah, Pacey. I think you just do that so Siri will pull up. Every time I say it, it's like, yes. Can I help you? Yeah, it's looking pretty interesting right here. I like these levels. I like today's close. It really does look like it's potentially working on a cup and handle pattern. So let's see if it continue to work its way up there. And then Mayoff. Whoa! Nice one on that one. You always find these crazy ones, I'm telling you. Nice move there. I like the volume right there. They couldn't quite get it above this pivot. But we'll see how that goes in tomorrow. I like that. I love the volume on that. And then PFE. Yeah, so kind of working on maybe like a mini... kind of head and shoulders type pattern here. Inverted. All right, let's see if we can break it out of those levels, see if it works its way up here to get over here. PFE's been a really tricky one to trade recently. So good stuff. Yeah, my pleasure. Aloha, what's going on? Yeah, my pleasure. Yeah, we I got you at the open. APPS. So it's looking okay. It's looking like a cup and handle pattern right here. So you can get a push to the upside on that one, and then QCOM really range bound. So just be careful with this. I like the double inside day, but I want to see it break out. I want to see it get out of this range, right? Also kind of a cup and handle-ish type pattern. So nice stuff. Bitcoin. What are you doing here? How do you do Bitcoin in Trading View? Bitcoin futures. Click that. How do you do this? BTC1. Bitcoin group. Bitcoin. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to get it pulled up here. I do /Bitcoin traditionally. How about BTC USD? Is that good? That's good. That's Bitcoin. All right, cool. Yeah, so Bitcoin, look at that, starting to try to break out right here, right? So it's up to 10,000. So maybe everybody's gonna hodl to get above this. See how they do right here. That's a major level here to get above here. That 10,500. Let's see if it can do it. Nice. Well, good stuff, guys. Great chart requests. I'm glad that we were able to get TradingView working for everybody, so that's a good thing. And it was fun. I think we had a great discussion so far, and we talked about the H pattern. I think it's a very effective selling pattern to look for short setups on the intraday. Make sure you use your Fibonacci's on those. And really appreciate everybody for tuning in. If you're new here, definitely click subscribe on YouTube. And also, please hit the like button. And be sure to hit the notification button, too, so you can get alerted when we go live. I also post videos in the morning, around lunch, and at the close, too, to give updates on the on what's going on. And so really appreciate that. So definitely do that. And also check out the links in the description. So I hope everybody has a wonderful evening. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Stay healthy and safe. And remember your risk first and stay safe so you can stay in the game. And I'll talk to you guys soon.